kimchi. I love kimchi. Come on! I love kimchi. My cue. You know when David Letterman used to go like this, the band was okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Angela the Comic Live. I'm your host, Angela the Comic, and this is our engineer extraordinaire.
I am Mike Lowe Productions. Go follow my shit.
And you guys, let's get right into it. We have our special guest, stand-up comic, director, producer, Haylie Montgomery. Haylie, are you? So we used to discuss what we would watch on TV, like what we're watching and stuff. Are you watching anything?
Right now I'm watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Love her.
So good. The writing has gotten like 10 times better in the 4th season, like a million times. She had jokes. I didn't know if she had jokes before, but now she does. I'm like, this is actually really good writing.
What? And then Mike wanted to plug what he's watching.
Oh, who, me?
Yeah, little old you.
What am I watching? I'm watching Snowfall. I think it's the final season right now. And I'm watching
Atlanta.
Hotlanta.
How is that?
Oh, is it Hotlanta? Atlanta.
It's kind of weird. This is the latest season, and there's like one episode where it's none of the main characters. So just kind of following another guy. So, I don't know.
Interesting. I'm just watching a bunch of. Well, I'm watching Tokyo Vice on HBO Max.
Okay.
I like it. Tokyo is one place I have yet to be, among other places, a lot of other places, but it's always interesting to watch it on the screen because it's so colorful. And I had a friend who went there and was like, yeah, it's pretty colorful. But let's get into these questions. Haylie Montgomery, stand-up comic, director, producer, please say hi to everybody.
Hey, how's it going? What's up?
All right.
Thanks for having
And
me.
you know, thank you for coming on. We are so excited to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Our very first question that we ask all of our guests is, where are you from?
I grew up here. I grew up in Marietta.
Not
too
Georgia.
far. Georgia, yeah.
Do you still tell people you're from Atlanta, though? Because they don't know where Marietta is?
Yeah, everyone does.
Where are you from,
I'm
Atlanta?
From Atlanta, yeah.
Atlanta.
I live in Midtown now, so I'm from Atlanta. Yeah.
Nice.
Fantastic. So born and raised in Georgia.
Pretty much. I was born in Greenville, South Carolina, but I moved here when I was 6, and I've lived here my whole life except for during college, so long time.
Wait, where were you in college?
I went to Australia.
What?
And I lived in Sydney over there, so yeah, it was fun.
Wow.
Is it as scary as people say? Like everything's trying to kill you there?
No, actually, it's spectacular. And the bugs are trying to kill you, and they got weird snakes, but
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're
Oh, not the
talking
people. I don't care about the people.
They honestly,
Everything's safe except the animals.
yeah, the smaller the spider, the more dangerous. But they got these big old huntsman spiders that just look freaky as anything. But I never really felt in danger except for one time when I was in the ocean. I was like, this is how people drowned. But yeah, it's cool though. Honestly, one of my home away from home places. I love it.
Really? Yeah. Oh my gosh. And how did you get started in stand-up comedy?
Actually, when I was a flight attendant, I had a lot of people be like, "You're funny. You should tell jokes." And I turned 30, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try. And so I went to the Laughing Skull and signed up and invited all my friends to put the pressure on, and then I wrote a 5-minute set because at that time it was 5 minutes. So yeah,
I remember when it was 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Now it's like 4 minutes and people take 6 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of lights, lot of lights, a lot of music.
And how was it? Because I have this theory that when people go up on stage to do stand-up comedy for the first time, it either does really well or really bad. There's like no in between. How did yours set go?
I mean, I can watch it back and I'm just like, wow, I talked through every laugh and, critique everything. But I was having fun up there, and I honestly, it was a thing that like once I did that, I actually had other people like, hey, do you want to come do my show immediately? So I was like, oh, okay, I need to like write more. So it was cool. That was fun.
Fantastic.
Nice.
That is fantastic. Besides someone's, telling you on the flight to, and how do they do that? Where they're like, hey, you're funny. Can you get me a soda while you're at it? Your joke's hilarious. a Diet Coke. I heard flight attendants hate Diet Coke.
I do.
Because it never goes down.
It's so fizzy. So fizzy. I have to stand there for like 5 minutes, like a little bit more, a little at a time, y'all.
You sure you don't want a water?
Yeah. I just give them the whole can. I'm like, take it. And then I gotta tell people we're out.
The whole can?
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. If it's got a lot of fizz, I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Here you go, sir.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a sound effect. That was me. No. Besides the people on the flight saying you're funny and you should try comedy, who or what inspired you to get into comedy instead of just it being a one-off, you know?
Well, it was funny because Seth Rogen was on my flight one time, and he said that I was funny, and I was like, oh, maybe I am funny at times. I don't know. But like I would watch Jim Gaffigan as like growing up, and I was just like, and Angela Johnson, gosh. I freaking like was so inspired. I was like, they're doing this, and like, man, if I could write like that, that would be so dreamy. So yeah, they inspired me to want to do it.
Wow, that's fantastic. Love Angela Johnson. Love it, love it, love it. What is your style of comedy? Is it like raunchy, political? Do you do act outs?
I don't even know. I just
observational.
I just talk about the dumb situations I get myself into, honestly. That's true. It's true. My family and friends could tell you that like I've been telling these stories to them for like ever because I'm like, guys, this happened today at work. It was pretty crazy. I forgot my shoes, had to layer my socks, and then I was walking around the airport with just socks, and then I was on an aircraft, welcome aboard, and just socks. Like just dumb stuff that would happen. I get myself in these crazy situations, and then I've been telling these jokes. Now I gotta like actually make them jokes as opposed to stories, and that's hard. Right.
You're like, okay, now I gotta make. Here's the thing, like when I joke on stage, sometimes it's like outrageous stories, and they have not happened. It's just something that inspired me. People after, do they come up to you and be like, "You made that up, right?"
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe that happened to you." I'm like, no, it didn't. What? They're like ready to walk me to my car and give me a big family hug, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. Do they come up to you after the show and they're like, no, that didn't happen?
Absolutely.
And you're like, no, I literally forgot my shoes.
Yeah. No, that happened. Especially, I found a bomb on an aircraft, and people are always like, "Is that true?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, there's paperwork behind that." But the end of the end of my set, I make up a whole thing about like, in front of my chief, like, I try to do a bunch of callbacks there, and I'm like, that actually didn't happen, but I hope it served my set, so I don't know.
Oh my, wait, you have to go back to finding this device before we get flagged. This device on your aircraft, what do you mean? What happened? So you don't have to name names or airlines or anything like that. Yeah.
We had just hit 10,000 feet, and I was about to start the beverage service, and I pulled out my liquor kit, and it was in the back corner, and it was just this like clear, deflated looking bouncy ball with like blue dye in it, and like literally had like a red blinking light. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I told my senior flight attendant, and then she was like, call the captain. So I called the captain, and he came out and confirmed that it was, and he was like, okay, we need to turn back around like now. And we were like, do we need to build a nest? Or he was just like, and I talk about it on stage, like the requirements of what to do to build a nest, which is just interesting that we actually are trained for that, because it does happen.
What's a nest?
Like a bomb nest, like
so that in case something happens,
in case there is, and you're like
Close.
over water, or you're further along and you like have to make it all the way. Like we had just hit 10,000 feet, but if I hadn't seen it until halfway through,
exactly.
So we, we're supposed to build a nest. So basically, like you, you take 2 safety pamphlets, you go and put it underneath the bomb, and then you pick it up, and then you bring it over to the least resistant bomb location, which is this door in the galley. And then you build a nest where you like take people's clothes, and you wrap the thing up, and you put it inside a luggage, and then you put clothes around it, and then you pour water around the clothes, and you build this whole nest. and then you take leggings and you tie them to either side of the thing. So if it goes off, hopefully it pushes it outside the door and we could still land.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My mind is devised. It
crazy.
is devised, right?
It's hectic, yeah. So people were like, is that real? I'm like, that really happened. I have emails and paperwork about that stuff because the bomb squad came out and we were just like, okay, like they never told us anything about what happened.
Oh, they're
afterwards.
not going to. No.
Not at all. But I mean, I did have to do a ton of paperwork for it. So
Wow.
And you had to start with like your name. You're like, I'm tired of writing my name on every page.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I almost
crazy.
feel like I can't complain about work anymore.
At all. You can't say
Crazy.
shit.
You do here.
What would you say you do here? Okay. All right.
Thank
First,
you.
okay. This is what I tell people whenever the subject of a flight attendant comes up. The amount of education you guys have to get. I know someone who was going through like the for Asian airline and stuff like that in Korea, and she would be studying through nosebleeds just because it's so much.
Oh yeah.
Information. Like people
lot.
do not give flight attendants enough credit. They are literally there to get you from point A to point B safely. I always say to practice the 3 S's when you get in a flight, right?
Oh, yes.
It's sit down, strap in, and shut the fuck up. Like that's the 3 S's. Okay. Just
so
sit
cute. I
down,
love it.
strap, and shut the fuck up. I swear.
You'd be a great flight attendant.
I be. What did I say? What's number 2? Strap in. Number 3, shut the fuck. No, okay, so then this is another question. Oh my gosh, do you feel like you have nerves of steel?
I feel like I work well under high pressure environments.
Oh my god, like you have to.
I calm down. Honestly, like I'm ADHD 90% of the time, and then when there's something serious, I'm like,
That's solid 10%.
1, 2,
Making
3,
a nest.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
I'm like, all right, this is what I need. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you just like you saved a plane full of people.
I didn't do. We just landed.
Bro. No.
Somebody got their wings.
Oh my god. Hey, you heard what he said? Somebody got their wings.
I got mine pinned.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Do you feel like having those nerves of steel they'll help you on stage?
I think they do. It definitely helped me talking in front of doing the announcements every day and talking to people and also off the cuff commenting on stuff. I feel like it helped me get ready for stand up.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm like, my mind is just like, wow, I can't believe, like, you guys, I didn't know any of this stuff. Like, pre-interview, we just go over questions and what we want to mention, what you don't want to mention, but this is, I think we're done. Hey, thanks for being on the
Yeah,
show.
appreciate it.
Thanks,
Shut
guys.
it
I appreciate it.
It's been amazing. Oh, we should make that a soundbite. I love it.
We're done.
But you are also a director. Can you tell us more about your director work that
Yeah,
you've done?
sure.
Art. I like to say art.
Yeah.
Comic art. Uh-huh.
So we just produce comedy shows where we partner with venues, we partner with nonprofits, and we do a lot of proceed shows. And we also have a mic, and we do regular shows as well. And yeah, that's part of me running that business. And the title is director. We were like, that sounds good.
Oh, fantastic. Do you think you'll ever want to like direct a movie or direct
I
you have any interest
honestly
in
would
that?
be interested in learning because I know nothing about it. Like, I don't know the process of what that would look like, but that'd be cool. My brother does film, and he went to school, and he used to teach at a college about film. He graduated from Georgia Tech with a film degree. And
Georgia Tech?
heck yeah.
Nerds go there, people. Nerds.
Oh, yeah. He was going to be an engineer, and then he changed and shifted gears, and my mom was like, film? Like,
It's because he watched Scarface and he's like, you know what? I like this movie.
I like this. But yeah, for real. So he does that, but I don't know anything about it. I'd like to.
Wow.
I would like to meet him.
To.
Learn something from him.
There are times when Mike would just like be talking about, but I'm the same way, be talking about something like technical, whether it's like video or photography or whatever. And then I'm just like listening, and then we just come to a point in each other's conversations because I'll go on and on about comedy, and we're just like, "Are you still talking?" I tuned out.
You're cute.
Oh,
You're cute.
oh my
You
god!
have to share that story at all.
I share it all the time. I'm like, this
nothing to share.
mother father. Comedians you look up to or looked up to. Yeah, looked up to and still look up to.
Yeah, I just did a show with Jamie Kennedy and
Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, and I had done a show with him over Zoom like a couple years ago, and like honestly, just watching him, like I've seen his like more preconceived set, and then this past time he kind of just went off the cuff and was like talking. I mean, like it felt like the laughters were just lifting the roof off of like the improv, and I was just like, I want to be more like that and to be freer on stage, and I was like, oh, I'm super inspired by this. So yeah,
that
Nice.
is fantastic.
I think that's when you have a real certain talent. You're
it's
just
so
funny
talented.
and, you know, I think Angela's funny. Obviously, she writes a lot of jokes.
Thanks,
but
buddy.
She is.
Sometimes, like myself, I'm just funnier in the world.
Okay, you can shut your mic off.
I love
So when I'm writing Angela's jokes, I'm like,
Can you stop saying that? People believe you. You are not
Yeah,
writing jokes
yeah.
about my Korean mom,
Yeah.
okay? You don't have that knowledge of. I'll be on the phone with my mom, and he's like, "Yo, what are you guys arguing about?" I'm like, "We're talking about the weather."
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, mind your biz.
you mentioned that you do shows a few times. Can you tell us about your hand-up stand-up comedy show that you do multiple times a month? And I have to plug the website, handup-standup.com. Please tell us more about that.
So we have 5 venues that we partner with, and we have 5 nonprofits, and our goal is just to
In
have-
Georgia.
In Georgia, we want to have an ongoing partnership where we rotate our nonprofits, and then we give them 80% of the proceeds from our door sales.
That's a lot, you guys.
It is
80%.
Yeah.
I might need to negotiate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's for a good cause, people.
It is. So we do one show a month where we like try to specifically work with the nonprofit, and we give them the percentage, and then the rest of the time we're like trying to make money to pay the comics and also to have a sustainable business. So 2020 we were like, let's give everything we make to our nonprofit partners, because everyone was just hurting.
Yeah.
Our venues were hurting, our nonprofits were at full capacity. We were like, dude, we're just doing this for growth and for these people, and we're just committed to, okay, we're just gonna put ourselves out there and do the best we can and just have a go.
That's amazing.
And now it's more like, okay, I want to have a sustainable business, and now I'm doing taxes for it. And I'm like, okay, we're going to figure some things out, but we want to make sure that we always pay comics, that it's just a win for everyone is our goal.
When did you start this?
2020.
Handup-standup.com.
We started.
Plug, 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 plug.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We started February 2020.
Wow.
So-
In the meetup, like the month before?
A month before. Literally, our first show was at Wonder Kid. I don't know if you've ever been to that room, but we had almost 100 people in that room. And it feels full with 30 now, but like we had packed it out to the point where we had to send people home. And then the following week, they were like, oh, like we're shutting down. So it was crazy.
Dang.
It was hectic.
That is crazy. So you guys, if you want more,
That's how we felt.
right?
But it's back open.
It might have started there then, 100 people, and turned back those other people, and they spreaded it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, probably. We were probably super spreader, that thing. We just didn't even know the word COVID yet. Truly.
Mike does his own thing back there, but it
I
fits.
love it.
It
That's
fits.
perfect.
So you guys, if you want more information on this, it's handup-standup.com. But you're also in the works for second Backhand Comedy Festival. Please tell us more about that.
So we want to have a weekend comedy festival. This would be our second one, where we bring out our nonprofits and we work with our venues and we do a weekend comedy festival. And we are so excited because we're going to be planning to do it coming up I'm going to give all the details shortly. But yeah, it's all in the works. And yeah, we're just so excited. It's a great opportunity for people to get more involved and to learn more about our nonprofits and also to hear really great comics. So we've got some headliners already. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We've got some people lined up. I'm excited.
That's
it's going to be fun.
fantastic. When is that going to be? Like what season?
October.
The fall.
Yeah, first weekend of October.
I think it's really great that you incorporate these good causes into the comedy.
Thank you. I've been working with these nonprofits since high school.
Ah.
And so I already had long-standing like relationships with them. And so, I mean, when I started comedy, I was like, what do I want to do? What do we want to be different? Because there are already a bunch of great shows in Atlanta.
Right.
So my friend Shelby and I just sat down and we were like, we really want it to be a win for everyone. We want to raise how much comics are being paid.
Right.
We want to do that. And we want to, work with people that we see a need. So we targeted brand new businesses that would need people to come out. And then we, got with our nonprofit partners that were like, hey, like we need, this going on. And I was just like, hey, like what if we had a show for you? And they were like, yeah, that would be awesome. Cause they were already kind of doing shows and I would help with those shows sometimes. And they would do like runs and all kinds of fundraising things. But, they're not really like,
they didn't have the operational. Yeah.
They're not showrunners. And I was like, you know what? We could really like do something great with this. So it's been cool.
That's amazing. Haley, what? Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I said that's dope.
Dope.
I like it.
Dope.
Everybody
See,
has
you
to
were
have a friend named Shelby. I think that Shelby's just like
Shelby's a good
it's
one.
a solid person, no matter the person.
Where'd that come
Yeah.
from? Wait a second. Oh, Shelby.
I know it's
Gotcha.
Oh, are you paying attention?
I am. What? I'm sorry. What'd you say? You said something?
Something about Shelby's school.
The best.
Haley was the
Somebody
one
named-
that was involved in nonprofits during high school, and meanwhile, like other kids are cutting school in high school.
I cut school too. I
You
cut
had
school mad.
you did the long game though. That long game is strong.
I've been here a long time.
Haley, what do you love about comedy?
I honestly just
Confess your love for comedy. No, what do you love about comedy?
I love that it's just something that you think is funny in your mind, and then you go on stage and you're like, maybe they're gonna think this is funny too. We'll see. And then when they do, it's just like an instant bond. And I love talking about just my struggles too. And I feel like when you talk about your struggles or disabilities, and you can joke about it, it normalizes it. Like with dyslexia, I remember being so embarrassed to tell anyone about it because I didn't want them to discredit me or to discriminate against me for any reasons. And now joking about it on stage and just being able to be like, I'm just as articulate as anyone else. And just being able to, have other people learn something, I think is super powerful and honestly makes me want to be the best writer that I can be. Just because also I've gotten students through my comedy. And I had some parents call me and they were like, hey, I heard your dyslexia bit online and my daughter's dyslexic and I wanted to see if you would tutor them.
And make them laugh while you do it. It's like, that's extra.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And then I don't know if we were going to talk about this, but the students that I have, like when they see me, they're like, hey, I have a joke for you. I have a joke.
Aww.
And so I want to do like a kids workshop during the summer.
Yeah, comedy camp is
comedy camp.
Yes,
Yeah.
please tell us about that.
Oh my gosh. I want to do this comedy camp because the students that have come to me through my comedy, their parents are like, we would love to have them write more and do this stuff. And I'm doing writing exercises with them. And I'm like, really? We should do jokes. And then we should do like a 4-week thing where we teach them and help them work on a set and then have them perform at one of our venues. And the parents were just like, yes, do that.
Yes. Is there alcohol there? Yes. Yes. Let's go.
So I'm really excited about that. Our team is really excited about that because it's just like, it's something so sweet and powerful to creatively express yourself.
And to have a group of kids.
Absolutely excellent.
And to have a group of kids that have, peers that understand what they're going through and be able to write more together and have this creative outlet, I think is great. I mean, so cool. You're going to have so many opportunities to help these kids. And that's fantastic that you come from, that place of wanting to help because you've gone through it.
Oh, yeah. This has been my struggle, and these are my people. Like, these little kids, I get it.
My little peoples.
Yeah. When they first start, their confidence is just not there, and they'll be like, oh, I'm stupid. And I'm just like, don't talk about us like that. You don't talk about us like that.
Hey, don't talk about my friend like that.
Yeah, well, you don't talk about me like that. I'm with you. We have the same kind of brain, so we don't talk about that. So it really is like a journey of, like, learning to read, but also self-confidence.
For sure. Especially at a younger age with a disability like that you're trying to work through. Forget about it.
I know. It's crazy.
Speaking of disability, is your family, see, I'm making it personal. Is your family supportive of your career?
Oh my gosh.
Because it's a disability for me. My mom is, I tell her a joke and she's just like...
No, that's so cute.
A solid 5 minutes. She's just like...
No, my family's super supportive. And they've heard these stories too. So they're just like, they want to jump in. When they come to a show, they're like, oh yeah, but remember that's when you said that? Like, and I love that.
From the crowd?
From the crowd.
While you're on stage?
Yeah,
like, oh, my family's the hecklers.
Yeah, they just wanted to add in. Sometimes it adds, sometimes it takes away. Either way, I'm like, that was a curveball. Yeah.
Don't forget your punchline. Oh my God, Mom, shut up.
I love it. She's like, I like that bit way more than this one. And I'm always like, Mom, I'm trying to grow time. Like, you're not picking and choosing yet. I'm just trying to have 30 minutes.
She's using industry lingo with you. It's like,
she does.
Hey, you want to do this setup this way? It's like, Mom, you don't know what you're talking about.
I think your punchline would be stronger if you didn't use the word dick. I'm like, Mom. She's like, I hate that joke.
But that is the punchline, though. You don't understand my art. You never understood me. No. What did you want to be when you were younger?
I used to want to be a telephone operator.
Oh my God. You better get that phone sound ready. What kind of telephone operator?
I just loved talking on the phone. And I think it was too because I had 3 brothers in a house full of people. So I never really got to talk on the phone. But when I did, I was like, let's call someone else. Let's have a 5-way call. I just loved it. I thought it was so much fun. And I would talk to boys late at night all the time. I just thought it was fun.
Wait, hold on. You wanted to be like adult?
No. I just want to be like, connection, like, here, let me connect you.
The plug-in.
Yeah.
Oh,
how can I route you, darling? You gotta have a cigarette in your hand.
Edith from Long Island? She's making an appearance right now?
I am good at dealing with people.
I love it. Yeah, I just like talking on the phone. I don't know.
When it used to be romantic because you had the actual phone. Now it's like everybody's on a speaker in the street. Just, hey, I'll call you back. I'm watching a movie right now. It's like, shut the fuck.
I missed that flip phone. It felt good. Just like... Okay.
The Motorola?
Yeah. And the Razor. I had a Razor. I was
you were rich growing up. We didn't never had a razor. The only razor I had was for my legs. You know what I'm saying? And my chin. A little bit on my chin, but that's a whole different story. What is the next step you want to take with your comedy?
My next step, I want to be a working comic. I want to be on the road. I want to be
touring. Let's go. Shut this down. Let's go.
Yeah, let's.
You, me.
My bag's in the car. I have not unpacked since LA. Yeah, but I want to be a working comic. I'm working on a sitcom. I'm just like, I have all these like creative ideas, and I was like, actually, if I just take time to just sit down and write them out, then if anyone has like, hey, we need something, I'm like, hey, I got something. Do you like it? I can't
just slide that paper.
right?
I have something you might want.
yeah. But I really just am putting myself out there. Whereas before I was just like, okay, I just need to grow my time and practice on my stage presence and just kind of memorize stuff because it takes me a long time to memorize. So, but yeah, that's the next step for me is just putting myself out there and submitting places because I really haven't done that too much.
Right. You think you might want to maybe get into acting? Would you be interested in doing that, or you want to just be part of a writer's room?
I mean, I
Both?
would get
You could
into
do both, but-
acting. I just don't even know what that would be like. I've never taken a class for that. I don't know.
Well, you act every time you're up on stage, right? You gotta address a whole crowd and bring them into your world.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about my stuff. I don't know with acting what that dynamic would be like, you know. So I don't know what I would be like. I'd love the opportunity, and then I would work my ass off to do it. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. You like doing that?
Too much.
Too much?
Yeah, Mike's like, you're hilarious. Get out of my face.
Yeah, do your detective real quick. Do your detective role.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So
Okay, you want me to write it down for you? Or?
no,
Perfect.
stop saying you write my jokes.
Yeah,
you do
for
not.
Real, for real. She's a female comic, and you
I
can't
will
be doing
kick
that.
your butt, bro.
I said,
Again.
do you want me to give you the
No.
idea?
Mike
the
was like,
plot?
yo, if you could do a role, And I'm like, yeah, I think I could play like a detective, right? He's
Yeah.
like, do it. And I'm like, all right. Hey, Captain. See, you start laughing. Like, we were busting up for 30 minutes. No, you don't understand.
Miss
We were
Squeezy.
busting up for 30 minutes. It's like, Captain, on 43rd. See? It won't work.
It's the
It
quick
won't
turn.
work.
Honestly, it's the quick turn. It's so good.
So then I started walking in and I was like, Captain, I got to file it.
That was great. That was great. Honestly,
Like,
I
Mike's
love
like,
it.
just do comedy. Just
well, you could. You
You've
could.
lost.
I like to do rom-coms.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was really good.
People like
I
it.
liked that.
People like
Hey,
it.
Captain, the captain wants to see us. No, that was the line, right? Hey, Jiggins, the captain wants to see us.
Jiggins?
Hey, Jiggins, the captain wants to see us.
Jiggins.
Jiggins. Listen, Jiggins. That's a great name. I'm going to name my...
It's copywritten. No, it's good.
Is it?
No.
By you? Oh, you better tweet it. Have a timestamp on it. No,
I
I'm
have,
kidding.
right?
Jiggins.
Do you have any other talents?
I have some random stuff. I got my hair
Yes.
license when I was 18. Yeah, it was never great, but I was pretty good. I just cut family and friends' hair now. But also I was a figure skater. I've been wanting to talk about this on stage.
Let's go. Virtual stage. Tell us about it. Oh, because it scares the crap out of me when they flip and go in the air. I can't
yeah.
even walk straight.
Seems scary.
Oh, it's crazy. I was on a synchronized skating team for 15 years and we would travel. Yeah, it's so funny.
Ice
because-
skating.
Yeah, ice skating. Yeah, ice skating.
Haley, I'm like, I feel like this interview needs to be 2 parts.
It's ridiculous. Honestly,
You lived a lot of lives.
I've done a lot of things.
Haley,
I'm
tell
very
us,
fortunate.
you're a fucking vampire, right? She's just like, I was also a doctor with
oh my gosh.
no borders. Like, what?
I don't have the brain to remember stuff like that.
Freaking me out.
Truly though, my family's always like encouraged me. They were like, she's never really gonna go to college. I did end up going to college, but only because I worked full time, and I was like, fuck full time work. But I really
Rather study.
yeah, I've always done random things, and then like I've always just pursued my real passions because I was like, you live once, you better do it. So
Ice skating.
yeah, ice skating. Sorry, yeah, it was crazy.
No, it's fun. So you will
fun.
wake up at like 5 in the morning? 4 in the
Yes,
morning?
before school, after school, we would travel. And I did individuals as well. It's so funny because I talk about this. I want to talk more about it in my set, but like I didn't know my lefts from right, which is like pretty common for dyslexic people. And so being on a team of like 20 other skaters, the coach would just be like yelling commands, and she'd be like left, 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 right, left. Haley, other left, other left. And
Haley,
just,
you
like,
look
yell
at my
me.
finger.
Yeah. She would pull me aside all the time. She'd be like, look at your hands. She'd be like, your left is the one with an L on it, and I'd be like, they both look like fucking L's to me. Like, so I started wearing a ring on one hand to like indicate that this is my left. And I want to write it. Well, I've just written a new little bit about like how I think dyslexic people should all wear a ring on their left hand. As a sign to like be like, oh, are you dyslexic too? No,
That would crack dyslexics up. Like they would get it.
But I mean, if you could, because you can't walk up to someone and be like, are you dyslexic? Because no, you don't know. You don't know. But if they wore a ring on the same finger, I'm like, then we could kind of identify each other. It'd be like, really? Anyways, that's a weird thought. But
and they're like, no,
I
married.
feel this way. But the middle finger.
The middle finger.
You'd be flipping someone off and they'd be like, oh my gosh, what an asshole. And then you'd be like, oh no, she's actually dyslexic. Never mind.
Hold on a second. So then you'll see someone with a ring, like a ring on their middle finger.
Yeah.
And then you recognize each other and you like come towards each other in the street.
Me too.
And everybody's
when
like,
were you diagnosed?
that is the nicest insulting pair of people I've ever seen.
I love it. I want it. I
You
want
can
that.
have that one. You can have that one.
Good business idea.
It's a business idea.
You'll do like
gold ring on
be
your
a
middle
certain
finger.
color.
Yeah.
And like you wear that, you just know, oh, that orange ring is that.
And then if it's
dyslexic.
rainbow colored, you know what's up.
That's what I got it because like gay people would wear an earring on the left ear. Is that right? On the left ear or right ear? Left ear.
I thought it was like
it's the
both
left.
ears. Maybe that was an Asian thing.
But I was like, jewelry is a perfect symbol, and there's no outward thing to be like, oh, that person's dyslexic. But I always want to meet more and more people who have experienced the same trauma as me. You know?
Right. Oh, you are amazing. That's really great that you incorporate that into
thanks.
everything that you do, because I think, when you have an environment where people can just be accepting of each other, it's so much we can do in terms of excelling.
Absolutely.
Our talents and stuff. Oh,
Yeah, just pushing each other forward. And I think that, I think empowering each other and being like, oh, I know what that's like. Let's work on it together kind of a thing. That's what I want, like community.
That is fantastic. Oh, man.
I feel like I don't do enough.
Yeah, I'm so motivated right now. I want to go run 10 miles, no
I'm
stretch.
not doing for
I want to end up in the ER at 3 in the morning. She ended up in Marietta. Haylie, I'm here. Like, I don't live there anymore.
Amazing.
I have the last question. Right? It went by
Lay it
so
on.
fast. I'm telling you. Last question. And then we want to talk about, your social media and all of that and upcoming shows.
Plug.
Wait, no, before the last question, your upcoming shows. Where can people see you next? Yeah.
We got a mic at Bold Monk. We have a show at Wonder Kid, which is over on the east side. And then we have another show happening this month at Rootstock, which is in Woodstock.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm pretty excited about those. Come out. Come hang.
Come on now.
Yeah. It'll be
Haylie.
fun.
Haylie, what are your dreams and goals?
My dreams and goals.
Let's manifest it into the universe.
My dreams,
So deep.
my goals. I don't even know if I should share all of them because they're so tender in my little tender soul.
We are all friends here. All 2 of us. Let's go.
One goal.
No, whatever.
One
Hey, it's her
goal.
show. If she wants look, this is a feminist show. No, I'm just kidding. No, whatever you want to put out there.
I mean,
what are your dreams and goals?
Comedy related, I just really want to be a working comic, and I want to be not just someone who blows up fast and blows over fast. I really just want to work on my stuff and have a sustainable, like, oh, she's funny, like
Slow and steady. wins the race.
and I genuinely want to build community within like the comics, like do life with the comics. And that's kind of a dream of mine. And like when I went to LA, when I was in New York, I was just like, man, these people feel like family. And I was just like, okay, like this is my dream to like be family for them too. And so I really have just been feeling that way. Like, the world is so crazy right now. I just, more than like opportunity, I just really genuinely am like, I want to be around people that I'm inspired by and that I want to be like, and that I just enjoy spending time with. So that's really dreamy to me. Like, yeah. When I left New York the last time, I was just like, man, I feel so like freed up in my mind to just like dream and believe that things might happen, you know?
Yes.
Just that like, you know?
Wow, you're the nicest comic I know, and I'm married to one. So
She's the hottest though.
pretty awesome.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm the hot one.
Those red lips.
talking
Hell yeah.
No, you went to New York for the Kenan Thompson showcase.
I did.
So
It was fun.
that's a good dream and goal. See,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to do more festivals. I like want to put myself out there and really submit. But that's like my dreamy dream, is like to really feel like I'm a part of something, as opposed to like, I don't like the competitiveness of certain stuff. And so I'm just like, I really want to feel a part. Like when I met you, when I met Jojo, like, and our team, like we have a team of people that do stand up with us, like Shelby and Melissa and Montana. And I'm just like, this is a community vibe. And this is what I want, a family vibe. Like, you know, it's their birthday, so we're all having a party, you know, kind of like just real. I like that.
And then like to the side, you're like, hey, I've got a premise.
yeah.
Got a premise I want to run by you real quick. What do you think? That's okay. They get back. Happy birthday. it's always comedy for us, you know.
You're thinking through, but people that are also on that journey with you, that love writing with you.
Yes.
That to me, I'm like, we get together and we write, and that's like so much fun. We have dinner, we write. I'm like, this is all I want to do.
Fantastic. Tell everybody where they can find you, Haylie.
You can find me here in Atlanta. You can find me on social media at Haylie Comedy, and my name's spelled funny. It's Haylie.
Comedy, one word. Haylie Comedy. Haylie. Well, I'm gonna put it all here, you guys. You go here,
Oh, really?
Here,
That's so
here,
cool.
here, and I'm gonna tag her.
This girl's amazing.
So you guys,
Yeah. And
the magical. You forgot. Let's go.
Oh,
that's the cutest sound
Haylie
effect.
Comedy. So Instagram, Twitter,
I'm not on Twitter. It's just a lot of words.
What's
A
your
lot of
name on
reading.
Twitter?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah. You
Twitter.
can email me if you want to at HayleeComedy@gmail. So yeah, if you want to book me, if you want to hang out, if you just want to send me a note,
Hang out.
feel free. Feel free. No.
Yes, HayleeComedy@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being on this show.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys, y'all are so awesome.
Oh,
Isn't this
you're
setup
awesome.
great?
Oh, we try.
This is legit.
We got to get out of here in about 5 seconds. We're renting this place now. Well, you
beautiful.
guys, thank you for joining us. I was your host, Angela the Comic, our engineer extraordinaire, Michael of Michael Productions, and our special guest was Haylie Montgomery. Go find her, Haylie Comedy, everywhere.
sorry.
Everywhere.
You spelled it right. I can't even believe you did that. That's
You know
so
why?
nice.
Because it was easy. Haylie
Aye.
Comedy, one word,
So good.
at Instagram.
So sweet.
Bye, guys.
I love kimchi. I love kimchi. I love